Cool, we're live.
Yeah,
All right, we're live.
let's do it.
Cool. So, welcome to the podcast, everybody. We are going to get into video as a customer support tool.
Adding value post-purchase.
Let's get into it.
Video Mavericks, the small business video marketing podcast. Presented by Workshop Media. With your hosts, Brett and Jeff, sharing a combined 40 years of video production and marketing experience.
All right, that's it. Let's get into it. So video is a customer support tool. The big picture here today is we are talking about all of the ways that you can and should be using video after the point of sale, once you've acquired the customer, to either support that customer post-sale or continue to sell to that customer or in some way add value to your customer. So Case in point being, video doesn't stop just because you've made a sale.
Yeah. And for many cases, the sale might be easy for a particular business. So the real work actually happens after the fact.
Yeah.
And video is an amazing way to help that customer continue along their journey with your business.
Yeah, and so this type of content may not be super obvious to people, and that's why we wanted to talk about it today. And the reason for that might be that if you haven't interacted with a business yet, you may not see all of those things that happen in email inboxes or in closed groups online or what have you. We all see the advertising that's forward-facing, that's out there trying to get customers, but maybe we don't see some of that extra value that's being added. So as business owners, you may not be inspired or may not be able to see some of those opportunities that exist post-sale. So we're going to hopefully add some value there and uncover some things and maybe spark some interest in how you can use video more.
Absolutely. So let's get into our first kind of headline here. Why use video for customer support?
Yeah. So number one is just continuing to build trust in your brand for your customer. So continuing to be there for them. So what can that look like?
That's right. So, I mean, that's trust is one of many reasons why you're doing it, right? So post-purchase is you've made it. You got there, right? You made the sale, but they can fall off right after that. I mean, it can start with buyer's remorse immediately after, before you even had a chance to continue their journey, right? So don't let, the journey is really truly beginning here, because they can become lasting customers of your brand. They can come back over and over again. They can be that sort of mouthpiece for your business without you asking for it,
And in some cases, this building trust is critical because maybe the thing that your business offers to customers needs a level of post-sale support for them to be successful with the thing they've purchased. And we're trying to not be super specific because we want you to imagine your brand and imagine the things that you're doing. But there are some cases where the point of sale is not really the most helpful part of the customer experience for that customer. So the more you're helping them out, the more you're helping them to be successful with whatever it is that you offer to them, the more they're going to trust you and they'll look to you as the authority, not only on the thing that they bought, but generally the problem that you're solving for them. So hopefully you can see your business in these it's like generalities.
If you're removing stress from their lives, right?
Yeah.
So they needed this thing. You had an offering. You sold them. They bought it. Now it's this convoluted situation of them trying to figure out how to build the thing they bought or set it up or whatever it is that is your specific product offering or solution to their pain point. Continue to make it easy, right? So what you're saying is continue to add value as you go along, And how good that's going to feel for a customer to go, yeah, I got this, and there's this 30-step process that instead of flipping through this manual that I can't read, I've got a 90-second video that's telling me exactly what I need to do in a very easy way. It's easy on the eyes, and
Yeah, and there's something to be said for the business that you've just made a purchase from being there for you. That humanizing the brand a little bit to go, they didn't just see me as a dollars and cents, they're actually continuing to take care of me. How many times have we purchased something as consumers and then been kind of left to sort it out? Or you end up on the internet looking in forums and looking for user content to tell you how to use the thing, or how to, that can't,
Unfortunately, more times than
yeah.
not, right?
So be there for them. And this is an opportunity for you to take control of that, to make sure they're not only getting the right information, but that you are the first thought when it's, you know, there's a question to be had. So
what we're saying is that your customers should be looking at you as a trustworthy source, not just for the product or service that they purchase, but also as the authority.
Yeah.
Humanize your brand with video. Okay.
that's right.
So a friendly, approachable tone that's very straightforward in its education. It motivates them to move forward with the thing that they just spent money on. That's a great way to say, like, we're here for you. You know.
Yeah.
You could make however many videos you want. You could make one video, but if you're doing that from your brand's perspective, humanizing with video is a great way for a customer to continue to feel like, yeah, I'm going to go there first before I go to user-generated content to see, how does this thing work? How are other people talking about it? Or, you know.
Absolutely.
Cool. So, and it also gives you that, like we said, the authority. It gives you that expertise, you know, and you already have the expertise. You're just kind of positioning yourself in that way for your customers.
Yeah, absolutely. So in a way, we're just reducing friction for the customer.
That's right. Smoother journey, right? Make
Making
it more enjoyable. You know, the byproduct of that is they come back for more. They come back to spend more. They tell their friends and family.
Yeah.
You know, that's just, you don't have to, you're increasing that, the value is increasing the chances of making a greater sale, or you know, you're boosting your brand recall because they just feel good, you know. This day and age, like we said a moment ago, where the sale happens and then you're kind of ghosted, you know, and then customer service isn't great, the support isn't great, you're waiting on emails to come back, or, you know, they're trying to funnel you back into sales again.
It sounds like you've been through this.
It kind of, yeah, exactly. We deal with it so much.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it seems like a no-brainer to just take care of them. In video, you can do that. You know, you could do it in a very easy way. So
that's a great segue. So we're talking about, you know, so far we've been talking about generally kind of the importance of continuing to support your customer. But why does video stand out as a really good tool for doing that? Maybe over and beyond the fact that we've talked about in previous podcasts, which is video is sort of the winner of the day across all platforms. So we can,
yes, it is.
we can say that, set it aside. We know that every single platform and everybody wants to watch video more than they want to do any other consuming of content. So,
Right.
So in this specific situation, why video? What is it going to do that's better than other platforms, other mediums, I should say?
We've said it a little bit already, but it's just clarity, it's accessibility to your brand, to ease of use, to feeling like you're being taken care of by an expert, feeling a little bit more connected to the business that you just spent money with, right? Like
Yeah.
There's a great number of reasons why you should be doing it. Yeah, and you know, you're reducing, like you said, video is the go-to now, right? People are not going to stop reading. They're not going to stop doing these other things. But video is multi-sensory, right? You can connect in a greater way. And we're all used to watching movies and TV and all of that. So kind of make your own version of that, right? And connect with your customer that way.
It's the closest thing you're going to get to having them come back into your store or, you know, stand in front of a product expert to explain it to them. So clarity and accessibility, plainly stated, it's as close as close as you can get to real life.
Right.
You know, and that's a great way to do that. So
you can do it in your PJs on the couch.
yeah.
So, you know, imagine an example of, you know, sending out a long email. Here's how you use the product, you know. How about we do that and then say, you know what, too long, didn't read. Here's a video you can watch, you know.
Yeah.
And straight out the gate from the sale, you go, here's a card with a QR code on it. Scan this when you get home and you can set up your product or, you know, whatever it is.
Exactly. And we know different people learn differently. Different people synthesize. It's not to say that you shouldn't still have those product manuals or step-by-step directions for those folks who prefer reading. But the method of the day is video, and it's not going to go anywhere. So
that's right.
That's it. So and you kind of mentioned, a little bit, but that visual problem solving aspect of it. So think about trying to explain a complex concept, and how much easier that is if you can just show the person. So it could be a how-to, it could be a step-by-step. And you have to imagine, again, your business in this scenario. If you're selling something that is incredibly simple, that may be harder for us to make the case of visual problem solving. But if the thing that you're offering to your customer is something like a piece of software, and it can be pretty convoluted to help folks understand how do they interact with it, or a scheduling system or something like that, where you shouldn't assume that it's going to be easy for them to know how to use it. You shouldn't assume it's going to be easy for them to understand how you explain it. So video is a great way for you to sort all that stuff out.
The value, though, of saying, I got you, instead of going, here's this thing you got to fold out. It's got Spanish, German, French, English. You're trying to figure out which one's right for me, right? Just going, watch the video. And you can still do that, right? If you have customers all over the world, you can still caption it with the language. You could the languages that other folks speak. So whatever the language is, you could still do that. It's just saying, I got you. We're gonna you purchased it, and we are appreciative of your loyalty to us, but don't go anywhere. Follow along. We've got a 10-step process to get you off to the races.
And in doing that, you're empowering them to be able to continue to help themselves. So the one effort that you take with visual problem solving through video, it can be compounded over and over and over again by teaching someone how to better understand at a fundamental level something about your product or your business, and so that they can continue to help themselves, and so that you're the first one they think about when they want to make another purchase in your vertical. So
we had years ago, we purchased this cedar playhouse for our daughter, and I mean, it was a lot of pieces. It showed up in many boxes. There's hardware, there's different size wood. I mean, it was awesome. There was also a booklet, but then first page was scan this, download this app, and go step by step in this video with a nice voiceover, calming music. You can pause, rewind it back. Hold on, was it 5/16 or what? Okay, pause, play, pause. And for me, I got the job done way quicker than going, okay, now page 27, go to the bag that says D, and then grab the screwdriver. It was really kind of like somebody was there with me, helping me. And I've talked about this to many people since then. This was years ago, and I think this app is kind of sort of leading the way in this vertical, and they're kind of adding more brands to it, or brands can buy into it, maybe, I don't know, but very helpful. So it kind of proves I'm a case study for this working outside of being a video professional. Like, I actually I used video to make the job easier for me.
What's it just sort of sparked the thought when you were telling that story. There are steps and processes that may seem obvious for the company. They would assume we've done step-by-step videos for customers in the past, where there are steps that they might assume their customer understands because this should be common knowledge. Well, the reality is maybe it's not common knowledge. Right. You said 5/16. Well, it may be obvious that is a part to a drill to the person who's creating the booklet, and so they don't put it in the booklet. But when they show it to you in a piece of video, that has to be used, and you go, oh, it's a drill. Right. I'm not saying you don't know what a drill is. But
no, I know.
You know what I mean?
But then you've got this compounding thing where I didn't know what it was. Now I'm kind of educated. Okay, now there's a gap. Now there's like, what else am I going to come across that I don't get?
Sure.
That I don't understand. So if this happens again, the feeling that I have with the connection with this product or service that I purchased is growing apart.
Yeah.
Because there's another thing they may have mentioned that I'm going to have to kind of like figure what that is. Oh, now there's a gap between step 7 and step 8. Because,
you're going to have to go and do additional research on another website.
And now I'm like about to miss dinner because I'm like, the sun's going down. I'm not going to finish this today.
It's raining in the playhouse.
Family's upset. That's great.
Yeah.
I had to throw an anecdote.
I like it. But. So, and we've kind of talked around this a little bit, but what are some of the types of support videos or these post-sale support videos that we might recommend to folks, or just to sort of get their their creative juices flowing.
Yeah, so like an onboarding video for a customer to you sort of onboarding them into your world of using the product or service.
Or interacting with you. So let's say you are running an organization that has a multi-step process. We have multi-step processes in our production pipeline. So when a customer comes on board, a great way for us to share information with them is to say, hey, watch this video of what to expect next in the process. Here's what you can expect in this phase of working with our company. So that's a really good way to get people on board. And then, it's one thing to tell them that in a meeting face to face. It's another thing for them to be able to pull that video back up tomorrow when they're not sitting there, with 1,000 other things coming at them. They watch it again and they go, okay, no, I do really fundamentally understand that.
I remember this. I remember the salesperson saying it. I remember the project manager, producer saying it. Also, I'm in the comfort of my own home. I got my tea, my PJs. You know what I mean?
Or you can share it with someone who wasn't available in that particular situation.
Yeah.
So you stand to be able to onboard an entire team of people where you only have one point of contact. So onboarding is a great way. That term, we tend to think of onboarding as somebody's been hired, but in this particular case, we're using the term onboarding as you have a new customer, you're trying to align them either to a service that you're providing to them or to using your product and how that's going to work while they have your product. So
we could say we've said post sale a little bit here. It could be or post purchase. It could be post hire.
Sure.
Post anything, right?
Sure.
It's sort of saying you were making it very clear to get the customer, the recruit, whatever it is, whoever it is, to a point. Now let's continue to sell them on how easy it is. I told you it was, but look, see, it really is. Watch this series of videos. Watch this one video. Whatever.
And if you're onboarding someone to a process of working with you, that's mutually beneficial. They're going to have a better understanding, and then your process is going to be followed cleaner. So it's, again, reducing friction.
Yep.
So
clarity reduces confusion, increases satisfaction.
Yep.
You're just making things better. Value add. Continue to take care of the people around you.
Yeah. All right. So another really good one that I think lots of people have seen, so this should resonate very well, is FAQs, frequently asked questions. So we've always seen them in the past as a list on a website.
Yep.
And more recently, you're starting to see when you twirl down that list of the top 10 most frequently asked questions, there would be a friendly face explaining the answer to you. So it's just another way to deliver that information. And frankly, it's another way to rank higher in search results. So
Yo, all right, sorry.
Search engine
Thank
optimization
you.
for folks who haven't watched the previous episodes.
That's the behind the curtain stuff that just helps you.
Yeah.
Helps you rank, helps you do better online, and
So one thing that's really cool with FAQs is you've likely already written them. There are things either in your handbook for folks who are forward facing with customers, or they're on your website already. These are things that you've already hashed out in your organization. And so the video can be very simply the text that you've already written or with an explainer piece of content or something like that.
So make them short, sweet.
Yep.
Like it's literally if somebody walked in and said, hey, what is this, and this? And you just answer them. In this case, you just answered them on camera and then posted it on your website and your social channels.
Yeah.
It
seems so obvious, but it can go a really long way.
So you'd mentioned they might be written down, but what if you're not that organized? What if you haven't made it that far along in your business journey? What if it's just these are actually frequently asked questions that I get?
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a value add. I think it'll be a bonus or a boost to my customer's journey. Or I'm just tired of answering them. It's the same answer every time. It's the answer. So let me document it.
Yeah.
And represent my brand in a greater way. And also, sort of in a way automate that and get that off your plate.
Yeah. So think about a situation where someone is constantly emailing, wanting to know, let's say simply, how do I make a purchase?
Okay.
And so instead of reading, click this button to make a purchase, a video pops up and the person can continue to sell you with a friendly face by going, hey, thanks so much for inquiring about making a purchase. It's just 3 simple steps. You're going to go here and click this button. You can add some personality, humanizing through a frequently asked question. So
you put those 2 things up right now. It's like read this text or connect directly with somebody.
Yeah, still put the button, but
still put the text, but definitely lead with video.
Sure.
Right?
Yep.
All right. Another type of content.
Troubleshooting content. So that kind of goes into similar to that sort of step-by-step how-to, but in this particular case, we're suggesting that it's something went awry. They didn't understand something.
Yep. What you might go to the forums for, right?
Yeah, there's been a thing that, of course your business didn't do wrong.
Never.
Of course, everything went perfectly. The product worked exactly like it was supposed to. The process is dialed. Nothing ever happens. But the customer flubbed a thing and they need help.
Yep.
So,
or the customer may feel like, I just don't get it. It may be clear, but I just don't get it. And I got an axe to grind.
yeah.
The video can help troubleshoot. It can help calm them down. It can help them feel comfortable. Be a little, little security blanket, little safety blanket.
It's kind of like an FAQ, but with some step-by-step, I understand your situation. Let me walk you through it and help you out. So
are you suggesting that maybe it's a video that's produced that you kind of, if you're getting some feedback from customers, you make a video that kind of addresses that? Or are we saying you make a video when the request comes in and you send that to them?
I think it could be
very personal.
Yeah, I think it could be either way. I mean, I think that either way, you're still supporting your customer. And chances are, if somebody's reaching out to you and you have a problem that needs that level of attention, then someone else is probably having that problem too. And if they aren't, you putting yourself out there with some proactive information is going to show that you are taking care of the customer. So if you get a question that you feel like is going to be beneficial to someone else, do that video and then put it out into the world with a positive spin on it to go, hey, we're helping you out. Not, oh man, that didn't go well.
Or the boilerplate, sorry to hear that. Email support at,
Yeah.
it's the same kind of blanket response. So there's a book, How to Friends and Influence People. I believe it's Dale Carnegie. Call me out if it's not.
I think it is Carnegie.
He's basically saying like how you don't attack, you essentially don't fight fire with fire. You don't attack when somebody comes at you strong like that. In this way, you can kind of solve that. You can make a video that calms it down and builds that person back up. They're ready to yell and scream and all of that because they couldn't figure a thing out. You can have a person on it, or that person can be on it, customer support, customer service, and have video to supplement.
And humanize and connect and reduce friction and all of those sort of value adds that we've talked about. That's I think it's an extremely powerful tool.
Okay. So, bonus.
Yeah.
Bonus one.
Product care and maintenance. So this is not the troubleshooting, but more, how to continue to get additional value out of a purchase that a customer's made. So it could be, let's say that you run a business that does bathroom renovations. This could be how to maintain that brand new tile shower that you have just paid so much for, or that prized thing that you just purchased. What's the best way to clean a handbag that you just bought? Or how can you best reheat that food that you bought at the bakery? So there's, when we say product care and maintenance, it doesn't necessarily mean how to keep it from rusting, but how to continue to get the most out of it.
These are known elements. These are known things, that
people are
passionate. So you're not saying the
you
bathroom renovator is selling baked goods as well as handbags? Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean...
No, these are separate. Okay. So, it's just value add. This is post-action, post-sale, post-hire, post-something. Continue to add value to the people around you.
Yeah, and
we're saying here.
And when you're thinking about these things, it's they're used for post sale, but some of these things can do sort of double duty for just putting content out there that promote your brand. So let's say you have a bakery and you have made a video for the best way to reheat cinnamon rolls. You can post that as a fun tip as part of the sales process. So it is taking care of your customer that exists, but it's also going, hey, look what it's like over here on the other side as our customer. It's really nice over here. So you don't have to keep it behind, the sales process in every single situation. You can get more out of it. So,
and there's more. Like, you're in that world. You are the baking company. You are the authority there. You're not just stopping at the sale. You're saying, we know how to reheat. We know how to, we've got tricks of the trade. We've got this, we got that. And it's just to continue to I'm beating this drum, but it's
Continue-
continue
keep-
to add
take-
value.
take care of them.
Continue to take care of them.
So, sort of quickly running through, how do we get started with these things, with these customer support videos, post-sale videos, and what are some general tips for creating content if you're going to either do it by yourself or work with an agency partner? One of the biggest ones, I think, is keeping it simple and keeping your customers' perspective and their position in mind, you know, at the very beginning and throughout the entire process of creating these things. So
Still knowing your target audience.
what do they need? What is the best way, the simplest way, the cleanest way to deliver that information to them?
Without diluting your brand, diluting your own messaging, right?
Keeping it very simple, keeping it visually exciting,
Yep.
and taking up as little time as you have to in their life to solve their problem. So that's that simple and clean approach.
And they'll thank you for that as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So what else? What's some other things that we might consider in how to get these things done?
So add captions. I think we talked about it a little bit, but jumped the gun earlier on that. Add some captions or subtitles. So thinking about your customer and the space they might be in, they might need to consume that content, but they may not be able to watch it with sound on. They may not, or it may be a situation where they can't rely on sound because it's a loud environment, right? They may not be able to hear at all.
Yep.
So add some captions in there. It doesn't necessarily have to be word for word, but if it's high points, you know, imagine a coffee company that is showing you how to adjust the grinder settings. You might just say, there might be voiceover that is a little bit more long-winded, and then on the screen you might say, step 1, adjust for a finer grind.
Yep.
You know, and that would tell somebody that can't listen exactly what they needed.
Or multiple languages in this particular case, or
Yep.
you know, making sure that your videos are easy to watch on a mobile phone as well as on a computer. Are they most
Excellent point.
likely to be watching it on their device because they're out in the field, or you know, what have you? So just considering what they need in order to be successful with what you're creating for them, and then where to deliver that content so that it's going to reach them the easiest way. You don't want them to have any friction when it comes to receiving and consuming and synthesizing the information that you're giving to them.
So put it on YouTube, put it in other places, but start at YouTube. Use the embed links to put it in email replies or a QR code. You know, there's a lot of different ways, but I like that you said mobile. That's great. But definitely get them across platforms and then also horizontal and vertical for the device that people would watch them on. Right?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, start small. Okay. Don't feel pressured. Now it's like, okay, they're talking about making videos to advertise the business, to convert the customer, to keep the customer engaged. Now we got to make videos after the sale was made. It's okay. Video, just know that video is useful everywhere, but you can start small, very small, and still make a huge impact.
Yeah. Think about what your customer needs, and then just start to chip away at it. How can you use video to start to reduce friction and improve their lives beyond the sale?
That's it. So go ahead and just pick one common question, you know, that you get with your business. One main question. I mean, it could be something as simple as, are you open on the weekends, right?
Yeah.
Just one simple common question and give it a shot. Pull your phone out. You don't have to put this raw video on your website, but maybe use that next time you have to send an email or whatever it is. But just start small.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So we want to get into a quick, rapid recap for the episode today.
Okay.
So number one
is, why should you use video for customer support?
we're building trust through connected content that speaks directly to the customer where they are,
By humanizing your brand.
by humanizing the brand in an authentic way.
That's it. Okay. Benefits of doing that: clarity, accessibility,
Yep.
increased satisfaction,
Yep.
customer loyalty.
Yep. And then what are some types of content that we might create for them? We can think about onboarding videos. We can think about FAQ videos. We can think about troubleshooting content. Anywhere that you can start to reduce friction and
Make their lives easier,
Yep.
a little less stressful.
that's right.
Cool. So you guys get out there and get started. Make some videos. Continue to continue to take care of the people around you, take care of your customers, add value to them to continue to boost the loyalty and the trust they have with your small business.
And if we left anything out here, if there's any ways that you've been thinking about or that you've seen businesses continuing to support their customers post sale, let us know. We'd love to hear about it, and we'd love to discuss those types of things in future episodes. So, yeah, I think that's it.
So please give us a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. We're going to be dropping these episodes weekly and continue to provide value to you all.
All right. Thanks so much. Take care.
Cheers.